What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be talking about my favorite race, the Chua. Before we get started, I just want to give a bit of a disclaimer. I have no inside information. I'm just like you guys. I stalk with the Wildstar Reddit, I stalk Wildstar Central, and I am just fiending for information. So, all this stuff might be completely wrong by the time the game comes out, but I think I have some pretty good evidence to support my talking points. So here we go. It turns out that Jeremy Gaffney did an Ask Me Anything a year ago. This just goes to show you how crazy people are about this game. They are digging up stuff a year ago to try to figure out more things about the game. And in this AMA, he said that none of the classes will be gender locked. Like a female warrior and a male warrior are the exact same thing. No class will be gender locked. That's what I meant. Duh. But in this statement, he also said that one of the unannounced races will not have a gender. Now, from what we know, all of the races are announced by now. And the Mordesh, there are female Mordesh. It's on the website right now. And so far, we have no idea what a female Chua would look like. I'm just assuming the ones that we see, that they look kind of male. I don't know. Don't get all sexist on me here. I just assumed that those were male. Whatever. Fuck you. Okay, so anyway, turns out there will probably not be a gender for Chua, and I am very excited about this because this means there will be more customization for the Chua than we originally thought. What sucks about having a male and female option is that the customization is split right down the middle. If there's no male or female, I can be a pink Chua with big ass butt ugly teeth and huge eyes. There's gonna be a lot of customization for it, and I think it's a good idea to not have a gender for one of your classes, especially your little rodent class that could easily be asexual. I think it's really cool. So I think there will not be genders for the Chua. At least I hope not. I hope they don't do it, because I like them. I really like the little Chua fuckers. I think they'll be really cool. Another thing I want to talk about. So, the classes. This Chua announcement and the Chua artwork they've released, in my opinion, this pretty much confirms an engineer-style class. Take a look at the Chua artwork. You see a guy with a big gun and a wrench. What does that sort of represent? That represents an engineer class. In another NCSoft game, Guild Wars 2, there's an engineer class. It may not be called the engineer, it may be called the tinkerer or the mechanic or, I don't know, something else, but I think it will be an engineer-style class. And what I hope they do, also bombs, I'm looking at my, my timeline right now. Yeah, bombs, wrenches, and guns. What do you think that would be? An engineer-style class, in my opinion. Now, the real question is, how will this class work? And this is how I hope it works. So, right now, you've got the Warrior and the Stalker. Those are both DPS and tank hybrid classes. They can be either a tank or DPS. Then you have the Spellslinger and the Esper. Those are ranged healer hybrids. Now, I personally don't know anything about the last class. I'm just going to assume it's going to be a medic. That's what everybody else has been saying. I don't have any information about it, other than I think it would work well with the way I'm envisioning the talents and specs and their little trinity system. I think it would work. So hear me out. So the Warrior is a tank and melee DPS hybrid. The Stalker is a tank and melee DPS hybrid. The Esper is a range DPS healer hybrid. The Spellslinger is a range DPS healer hybrid. Now the Medic, I believe the Medic would be an all-out healer, but it would have two different healing styles. And the Engineer, now this is what I hope. I hope the Engineer is a melee DPS, range DPS hybrid. I think that would work out really well. I think that would make for a really interesting Holy Trinity setup. And the Engineer, that could allow the Engineer to really be this versatile jack-of-all-trades kind of class if it can be both the melee and the ranged DPS hybrid. And it would make all the classes pretty unique. You've got the big badass warrior with all the heavy armor. You've got the Stalker that's really agile with his light armor. You've got the guy with guns with this range. You've got the guy with spells that's ranged. And then you've got this crazy, weird engineer class, and then you've got the dedicated healer that, you know, kicks ass at healing. I feel like that would be really cool. So, I hope that's how it is. I might be wrong, but I think that'd be really cool.
Are brilliant at what they do. If it can be built, then it needs to hurt people. The Chua are the ones for the job. And it's just unfortunate that the furry little fiends are certifiable psychopaths.